We have this trade up loaded up, and we're going to be trying to pull that new op print stream in 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, today we have a very special video. I am super excited, but also really nervous. I don't ever get nervous to make videos, but I spent over $100 on the skins for this video today, and we're going to be doing profitable CS2 trade ups. We're going to be doing trade ups from the new Fever case, and hopefully by the end of this video today, we're going to be trading all the way up to that brand new op print stream, which would be absolutely insane, especially to get it as part of a profitable CS2 trade up. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty crazy video, so I hope you guys stay tuned. Today's video is sponsored by Pirate Swap, an automated CS2 trading platform where you can turn your skins into new ones simple and easy. All you have to do is click on the skins that you want to get rid of, and then click on the new skins that you want to own and select confirm trade. It's that simple, it's that easy, and Pirate Swap has an amazing collection of skins, so you will definitely be able to find something that you like. And if you use the discount code GERM on Pirate Swap today, you're actually going to be able to claim a free $10 bonus and be able to get a 35% deposit bonus as well. So it's an awesome site with awesome features offering you an amazing discount. So there's no reason to not go check out Pirate Swap with that first link in the description below today. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So we don't need to delay any further. This first trade up we're getting into is obviously going to be mil specs. In this one, I got 10 mil specs from that Fever case collection, and here you actually have a couple of different options for what you want to do with the floats. In this one, I have, I believe, loaded up to the point where you get to a 0.21 float or below, and that is going to give us 133% profitability. Obviously here we're going for that Desert Eagle Serpent Strike, but also the Zeus skin would be a nice little win, with the other ones ending up being a loss. But this trade up, like I said, it's actually pretty interesting, because if you want to go with some easier to obtain floats, you can bring down the profitability a little bit, and if you want to get some harder to gain floats, you can even bump the profitability of this one up a little bit further as well. So you have some flexibility and some options here, but no matter what, this one should end up being still very profitable. Obviously going for, like I said, that Desert Eagle Serpent Strike, because that thing actually is really reasonable with the floats, and it's actually pretty easy to end up with the minimal wear Desert Eagle. But obviously it's going to be risky. You know, we have a 1 in 5 chance, a 20% chance to get that Desert Eagle. So let's see if we can pull this thing. Let's see if we can start this video off with a bang, going from the Fever case field tested mil specs up to that minimal wear. We would love to see the Desert Eagle here. We're gonna have to wait and see what we get. And again, this is gonna set the tone for this whole video. If we're gonna be hitting some big winners today, or if we're gonna be falling flat and end up losing a lot of money, which hey, that would not be good. But let's hit this first trade up in 3, 2, 1. We got the Galil AR control. Let me see what that is. That's going to be only a slight loss for us, so not too bad. Again, there's not really too terrible of outcomes here. You're only risking 90 cents in total, but that's going to be about minus 12 cents for us. Not necessarily a great way to start the video, but honestly, if I'm going to be missing any of these trade ups, I want to miss the ones early on, because these things are only going to get crazier and more expensive as we go. This next trade up is another mil spec from the Fever case, but this time we're going to be throwing in some of the recoil case skins as well, because the recoil case is going to be a little bit cheaper. So this trade up overall is a little less profitable than the previous one, but it's also a little bit cheaper as well, meaning if you're on more of a budget, this could be a better option, or it's just an option that's going to be a little bit cheaper. So if you're going to spam it a bunch, it'll overall be a little bit more cost effective. But like I said, we are sacrificing a little bit of profitability, but we're also switching it up a little bit. Here, any of the things we get from the Fever case are honestly going to be pretty decent, from a very small loss to a big win in that Desert Eagle Serpent Strike once again. We can also get some okay wins with some of the skins in the recoil case, but the biggest losses are going to be from that recoil case as well. So this is just a way just to spice things up a little bit, to change things up. Like I said, if you're on a super budget or looking for something a little bit cheaper, this trade up can be done for about 80 cents. Again, if you're using buy orders and being patient and finding all the right skins at all the right prices and everything like that. Again, 5 mil specs from the Fever case, 5 mil specs from the recoil case. These are all going to be field tested. You're looking to get that average float around 0.21. I think you can probably go a little bit higher and still be okay, but obviously you want to make sure you're looking to get the best skins in this, in that minimal wear condition. I have it loaded up. Let's see what we can do. We hit a loss on that first trade up, but now we're back for mil spec trade up number 2. Hopefully this one goes a little bit better in 3, 2, 1. And we got the P90 Vent Rush. Obviously we hit the recoil collection, so that can't be too great. This is actually a little bit of a profit though. This is a 15-cent profit, so not bad. We avoided, you know, the disaster of the worst outcomes in the recoil case, but hey, we're still hoping for better than this. Hopefully the rest of the video is going to be a little bit more of some profit. All right, guys, so now we are leveling up a little bit. We're upping the price by a factor of 10. We are getting into the restricted trade ups, and this is a pretty nice one here. This is going to be 7 field tested restrictions from the fever case, and then 3 minimal wear restricteds. These are going to be from the snakebite case, but I'm sure there's different cases you can make this work. This one's going to be another one that's pretty flexible, but overall here you're trying to get the average float of these skins below 0.15, obviously, so you can get those minimal wear fever case outcomes, and the 3 fever case outcomes are all going to be really nice profit. Obviously the biggest one here being that Glock 18 Shinobu. That's what we would love to pull, but the AK-47 searing range would be very nice as well. We're just trying to stay away from the snakebite overall. We have a 70% chance to be in the fever collection, a 30% chance to hit the snakebite, but this one is very profitable. 134% profitability after Steam fees is going to be really nice. So this would be a nice one to hit, and honestly the odds are in our favor. This one should end up being pretty well. This is one where if you can find the right outcomes and the right you know, trade up fillers and stuff, that this one could be one you could spam, make a nice amount of money. But let's see what we can do. I've got it loaded up, and hopefully we're about to hit something nice in 3, 2, 1. And we get the fever collection, we get the Glock 18 Shinobu, we get the max win on this third trade up of the video. That is a banger. This should be plus $8.70 in terms of profit. That is what we love to see. You know, we didn't do so good at the beginning of the video, but now we're starting to ramp things up a little bit. We get a very clean, a very cool skin, and a nice amount of profit, which is obviously what we love to see at the end of the day on these trade ups. So that's awesome. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going. This next trade up I have loaded up, I just wanted to mix it up a little bit, go for something a little bit riskier, a little bit spicier. This is kind of honestly just a worse version of the last trade up we did, especially because these snakebite minimal wear restricted are around the same price as these fever case field tested. So really by going for more of the minimal wear, all you're doing is upping the risk, and you're not even you know, saving any money or anything like that. If I want to up the risk, I want to be saving money. So overall this is just kind of a worse trade up. It's just lower profitability, lower odds, lower consistency, but hey, whatever, we're mixing it up. I have the I'm feeling like the odds are in our favor. I'm feeling like we can do something spicy. I'm feeling like we can do something good, and hey, I want to gamble a little bit. We never stop gambling around here, so we're going for this one again. Same idea, same skin, same everything, just a little bit worse, a little bit less profitable. But again, you have the 5 snakebite minimal wear restricted, you have the 5 fever case field tested restricted. You want to keep that average float below 0.15 so you can get the minimal wear outcomes in that fever case, and that's exactly what we're going to be hoping for, another minimal wear outcome from that fever case. And we're going to be pulling that in 3, 2, 1. We hit the snake bite. You know, I didn't think we'd be able to pull something twice in a row. Obviously I'm disappointed, I'm sad, but it is what it is. Our luck ran out there. We do get a nice little loss there. Everything from the snake bite is pretty bad. This is going to be minus $4.29 for that XM 1014. This is the worst outcome we could possibly get from this trade up. But like I said, if I was going to hit some max losses, I'd want to hit them now, because right around the corner we have something very big and very special, and we don't want to hit a max loss on this next trade up. All right, guys, this is it. All the trade-ups we've done in this video, everything has led up to this one. Whether this ends up being a good or a bad video, whether this ends up being profitable or extremely unprofitable, nothing we did before matters. You know, we made a couple cents, then we made a couple dollars, but now all the risk, all the reward is right here. Those last ones were just warm-ups. Those last ones were just for fun. In this trade-up, we are going to be spending $96, the biggest, most expensive trade-up I have ever done, but we are going with 7 skins from the fever case. These are going to be field tested, and then we're going with 3 skins from the gallery case, which are going to be minimal wear. Obviously you're going to again try and keep these floats under 0.15. You have the field tested skins from the fever case, you have the minimal wear from the gallery case, and you're going to be trying to create that minimal wear op print stream. That is the big banger here for $134 of profit after those Steam fees. But again, even the M4A1S Vapor Wave, we would love to see that as well. That's going to be $34 of profit, but you have the Gold Tooth, which would be very bad, and you have the FAMAS Bad Trip, which would be the worst outcome. This is a profitable trade up at 110% profitability, which is really nice, especially for something this expensive. Usually, you know, as trade ups trade-ups get more and more expensive, they become unprofitable or closer to break even or whatever. But 10% profit on $96 spent is not bad at all. We have a 50-50 chance to profit. We're going to hit a 35% chance of that op print stream, or a 15% of the vaporwave, or the 50% chance of just losing money. Because again, this is crazy. You can make $134, but the bad outcomes are minus 87, minus 76. That's so much of the money we spent on this trade up. So this is either going to be very good or an absolute disaster. We're either going to be ending this video on a bang, or we're going to be ending this on one of the most sour notes we've ever seen on this channel. Again, if we do lose this amount of money, I've never lost anything close to this before. The videos and the channel, we still don't make all that much money around here. So we're putting a lot of the money from this channel and from everything I'm doing here on the line. So I would appreciate a ton if you guys dropped a like, if you leave a comment, if you continue to support me, my channel, anything that we have going on here in any way, because we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're doing some big stuff for you guys, and hopefully it's going to pay off with a new op print stream in our inventory. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't know, but this is it. Like I said, I've never really been nervous for a video I've done before. Why would I be? We've never really had anything on the line, but this is extremely risky. This is extremely crazy. But we have this trade up loaded up, and we're going to be trying to pull that new op print stream in 3, 2, 1. And we get the Glock 18 gold tooth. That is an absolute disaster. We just lost $76. Again, we spent $96 on this trade up, and we just lost 76 right there. I don't, I kind of think the gold tooth is a cool skin. I've never been so disappointed to see it before. I don't really even know that I've ever owned one before, but we just lost $70 with the click of a button. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna need some help now. We just lost a lot of money, most money I've ever lost on a video. So definitely check out the sponsor. Please use code GERM over on Pirate Swap. We need some help after this one, because this is a tough loss. I have not done very many big expensive videos. I have not done very many big expensive trade ups, whatever. We only had a 15% chance of hitting the Glock gold tooth, and that's exactly what we just did. Again, this is a profitable trade up. The odds were in our favor, but we definitely did not hit on this one today. I don't know. Hopefully this video was still entertaining, fun. Hopefully you guys did appreciate it. I would love to do more of this on my channel, but obviously we're going to need a little bit of time to save up, to recuperate and whatever. But if you guys do want to see more profitable CS2 trade ups on this channel, definitely let me know, and maybe we can go on the hunt for an op print stream again someday. But so far the op print stream has eluded us, and yeah, I don't know. Pretty upset, pretty disappointing, but we will be back. This is not the end of trade ups here on this channel, but pretty much every video today, guys. Hopefully catch the next one. Until then, peace.